This week, we found a new tool testing channel that's causing some trouble.
Plus, Spaceman takes a turn with DeWalt, and we found some cool new construction tech from Doosan.
This is your Power Tool Week in Review. Today's episode is brought to you by Ohio Power Tool, Pro Tools, Pro Service at the best prices at ohiopowertool.com. And Skill, the tools to do the job, the technology to do it better. Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Rob.
And I'm Sarah, and today we've got several tool stories for you, starting with my buddies Mike and Dwayne, who had some serious work to get done, so they figured it was a good time to test a serious tool. This is the Metabo 7-inch diamond cutting system, but its technical name is
TEPB19-180 space RT space CED.
Thanks, Mike. This concrete-eating monster looks like it's hardly trying at all as they put it to work on some sidewalks. With 1900 watts of power, they were able to tackle a wide variety of materials, and thanks to the Metabo H-Class vacuum, their lungs were kept safe. They love the mechanical safety clutch, which Rob here has tested out himself during a Metabo demo.
It's awesome.
They thought so too. After using the tool for a while, they seemed to be pretty happy.
So there's probably not a lot more to talk about it, but at 1900 watts, with all the safety systems in here, fast brake and a wicked extraction system, this Metabo, out of control.
In Australia, a wicked out-of-control extraction system is a good thing. For the full review, head over to Oz Tool Talk.
Now, our regular fans already know that this program is partially sponsored by Ohio Power Tool, a pro tool store at ohiopowertool.com. Now, if you're as fortunate as we are and happen to live within driving distance of their Columbus, Ohio megastore, they have something you're going to want to see. This is the Trade Pro Outfitters, a store within a store that provides apparel and safety equipment in an underserved market, acting as a one-stop shop for those who work in the trades. You'll find popular pro gear brands such as Milwaukee Tool, Helly Hansen, Georgia Boot, and many, many more. Now, the new store will give you a chance to feel and test the equipment for quality, comfort, and durability before making your purchase. So, if you're in town, head over to OPT at 999 Goodale Boulevard in Columbus.
Spaceman Doosan is back with another tool review, this week focused on a popular sander from DeWalt. This is the DeWalt DCW210B 20-volt max brushless cordless random orbital sander. Nate does a great job, as usual, quickly getting to all of the main features, puts the sander to use, and then shares his thoughts. After some testing, it appears to do a decent job, but Nate found that the larger battery left it unbalanced, which is a common problem with these 18-volt random orbital sanders. He eventually found a happy medium with just a 4-amp-hour slim battery, which he expects to give him over 40 minutes of runtime. If you already bleed yellow and have a collection of batteries, you can pick up the Bear tool for only $120, which Nate says is a reasonable price for the tool you'll be getting. For the full review, head over to Doosan Tool Reviews.
All right, guys, it's time for some tool talk. Last week, we talked about the plethora of battery platforms and asked you to tell us about the trade you're in and the tool brands you choose to use. The numbers were surprising. We had nearly 200 tradies reply, and many shared some really compelling information about how they use tools to get the job done. The most surprising to us was just how dominant Milwaukee was among our viewers. Carpenters and DIYers chose Milwaukee around 40% of the time, still making it their number one choice, but mechanics, 60% chose Milwaukee, which seems kind of high. That is, until you look at Sparkies and plumbers, which logged a staggering 90% Milwaukee use. This is not a perfect sample of tradespeople, but only a sample of our viewers that watched that week, so keep that in mind. For this week's Tool Talk, let's turn to Ryobi. Something we don't usually do on the show since Ryobi is an entry-level tool and rarely mentioned in the company of Pro Tools. But in the last couple of years, several entry-level tool brands have been adding premium tools to their line and suggesting we take them with us onto the job site. Cobalt launched their XTR line, Rigid has Octane, or at least they did, and Ryobi gave us OnePlus HP. Now, many of these brands live under the same roof. Ryobi happens to belong to TTI, who also owns Rigid and, more importantly, Milwaukee Tool. Now, why does this matter? All right, here's my point. This week, I ran across a new and, quite frankly, spectacular YouTube tool channel called Torque Test Channel. Who knew we needed a tool test show that only focused on high torque impacts? Turns out we do. And this week, they compared Ryobi's new P262 OnePlus HP 18-volt brushless half-inch impact wrench against its older brother from another mother, the Milwaukee 2962, and it almost beat it. And as it turns out, for their testing, they didn't have access to one of Ryobi's new HP batteries. So there's still a chance it could take the top spot away from Milwaukee. So what? Well, for one, the Milwaukee is $219 bare, while the Ryobi comes in at only $159. Now, will this one tool make a Milwaukee fanboy flip? That's doubtful. But what about an apprentice? Why would they choose to start a Milwaukee collection when they can have a better performing tool and a bunch of extra cash? How exactly is this not the younger, cheaper brother outgrowing its older brother in high school? I mean, it's not even fair, okay? He's already 3 years younger. Does he have to be 3 inches taller than me? Oh, and he's in better shape like always? I'll tell you what, dude, I've got 2 kids and I happen to like cars.
Rob, what are you talking about?
Milwaukee and Ryobi.
You're not talking about your little brother Jeff, who is 3 years younger than you and 3 inches taller than you?
Why does he have to be so tall?
I don't know, bud. Are you gonna be okay?
I'm fine. All right, let's get back to the question for the day. Let me know in the comments below if you're Milwaukee, Ryobi, or other fan, and tell me what you think of a cheaper Ryobi tool eating Milwaukee's lunch right in front of it. And then be sure to head over to Torque Test channel and subscribe to those guys. You won't regret it.
Don't you just hate it when you've got 6.5 tons of backfill in the bucket of your 580 just trying to get those dirty hands on some clean money?
Yep.
But you can't see a single thing in front of you? Well, Doosan is back with another crazy innovation that's gonna make your job easier. This is the standard Doosan wheel loader equipped with an all-new technology that allows the operator to look right through the bucket. Utilizing a small array of sensors and cameras, a live video of the other side of your bucket is displayed right in front of you, making the bucket appear transparent. They hope to not only improve safety, but productivity by giving you an all-new view of the job site. They're also adding a clever 360-degree overhead view, just like those often found on modern vehicles. Doosan says this is just another step in their ongoing drive to protect operators, nearby workers, and lead the creation of accident-free construction sites. For more on this new technology and the rest of your construction industry news, visit constructionjunkie.com.
If you haven't heard yet, just yesterday, a brand new line of pro-level tools were released, something none of us saw coming, and they're aimed right at Milwaukee, DeWalt, Makita, and Bosch. These guys aren't screwing around. If you haven't seen them yet, we're gonna link to the video right here. You need to go watch it. We want to thank Ohio Power Tool and Skill for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we couldn't do it without you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.
We'll see you next week.